Well. What do we have here? Is this a new type of Doors teaser, and is that a new entity it reveals? Well, yes it is. Alright, so in case you weren't aware, every day up until the release of the Garden Subfloor, the Doors developers will be releasing a new teaser about the update. Now, typically, these sneak peeks consist of images or video clips, but today's teaser is rather unique. Instead of being something visual, it is actually an audio clip which seemingly tells the story of a player inside of the Garden Subfloor, and eventually dying to, get this, a new entity. Yeah, you heard me right, we just received a teaser showcasing a new entity coming in the next update. And I have reason to suspect it is one we have been waiting for to be added for quite a while now. We have got a lot to talk about in this video, including a full deep dive into this mysterious audio clip, as well as what this new entity could potentially be. So, with all of that being said, let's begin. Alright, so to start, I think we should go through this audio clip step by step and attempt to decipher what everything is. As I said, this clip is taken directly from the Garden Subfloor, and that will become more apparent as we continue on. This audio majorly depicts a player walking through the new subfloor, evident by the constant footsteps heard throughout, yet sprinkled throughout are other noises which are quite intriguing. The first noise heard is actually probably the hardest to decipher, and that is this strange clunk sound. I've been trying to figure out what this sound could possibly mean, as it's actually heard several times throughout this entire teaser, and I've managed to come up with 3 theories. The most likely is that this is a footstep sound for stepping on a certain type of material, such as wood or metal. My other theories are that it could be the sound that plays when opening a door, or some sort of noise associated with the upcoming new entity, which I'll discuss later in this video. Really, it's incredibly hard to tell what this may be, but I think the strongest guess could be it's an alternate footstep sound, given how the normal footstep sound can't be heard when it plays. Moving on though, after that strange ambiguous sound, some wind howling ambience can be heard, followed by a lightning strike. Now, given how previous leaks have revealed that the subfloor takes place outdoors, this is just further proof that the audio is from the Garden Subfloor, not somewhere like the greenhouse. Afterwards, the same ambiguous noise can be heard twice again. This means that it plays a total of 3 times in this one audio clip, implying it's a rather common occurrence in the subfloor. Given the close proximity of both the noises, I doubt the sound is coming from a door opening, as that would mean the doors are located extremely close to one another. Additionally, given how sparse all 3 instances of the sounds are from each other, I doubt they are all connected as a hint towards some greater purpose, such as the arrival of a new entity, meaning those 2 theories can both be crossed off the list. This means that this sound is very likely to just be the noise of a footstep on some metal or wood lying on the floor, which I guess solves the mystery of what the sound is. However, I know none of you care about that. Let's talk about the new entity. After those ambiguous footstep sounds are heard, the noise of a player seemingly unlocking a door is heard as well. I'm pretty sure that the player is using a key to unlock a padlock here, as the sound seems a little more jingly or sparkly than just a normal door opening, indicating a key is in use. But it's also possible that a completely unlocked door is being opened. It really doesn't matter though, as right after the door is opened, the player is attacked by something. A whooshing sound is heard, followed by some sort of machine-like whir. Then the player takes a serious load of damage, evident by the ringing ear noise. Furthermore, this player also seems to not catch a break, as a few short seconds later another crunchy-like mechanical whir is heard before a large chomp. Then the player seemingly immediately dies. Now, this is the most intriguing part of the whole teaser, as it reveals to us what I believe is a new entity coming in the subfloor. However, what can we learn about this entity based on this sneak peek? Well, for one, they seem to attack right after the player opens a door, implying that they may function similar to dupe, where they wait behind a door to ambush any unsuspecting players. Obviously, they likely won't work exactly like dupe, but it's the same concept being put into play. Additionally, they seem to attack players continuously once encountered, and it's up to us to escape their grasp in between attacks. According to the audio, when the player is first hit by this new entity, they don't immediately die. Then a few seconds after, they do. This implies that after their first hit, there is some breathing room for the player to potentially escape, likely through a method unknown to us currently. However, the player in the audio wasn't quick enough and fell victim to the entity. Now, although we have a rough sense of how this entity will function, what do we know about their appearance? Well, for this I have two theories as to what this entity could be. You see, two leaked entities which are hypothesized to return in the garden subfloor due to how they both seemingly fit its environment are Wade and the Groundskeeper. Wade is a slug-crocodile hybrid, and the Groundskeeper is a humanoid scythe-wielding ghost scarecrow creature. Now, based on the audio and the teaser, I have reason to believe that the entity being depicted is one of these two. Let's start with why I think it could be the Groundskeeper. Right after the player opens the door, a whoosh sound is heard. This could be explained by the entity swinging their massive scythe at you, resulting in the sound being created. Unfortunately though, the Groundskeeper doesn't really fit with the other noises heard coming from this mysterious entity, which is why I believe it's actually Wade who's being introduced in the teaser. Now, we've known for a while that Wade was planned to be added for a long time, ever since Floor 2 released, so that is quite a long time they were sitting in the back burner. And several aspects of these entity noises make me believe that they are finally getting their time to shine in the garden subfloor. The almost mechanical-like whirs heard before each attack seem to fit how the entity's wide mouth can open/retract and lunge before each bite or attack. And of course, the somewhat chomp-like sound could fit Wade actually chowing down on any unsuspecting players. This could mean we finally know how Wade would function from this teaser. However, that isn't the only interpretation out there. I've seen many people theorize that what kills the player isn't an entity at all, but rather some type of hazard such as a falling rock or pitfall trap. Really, it's up to your interpretation as to what is being displayed in the audio, but for me, I definitely think it's some type of entity, more specifically, Wade. So, to summarize, we received our first auditory sample of a player's journey and eventual death in the upcoming garden subfloor. Besides mysterious footsteps and the chilling strike of lightning, the most intriguing part of the teaser is how exactly the player dies, which is up for much interpretation. I for one believe that Wade, or maybe the Groundskeeper, is the one killing the player, but it's also possible it could be a non-entity threat such as a falling boulder. I am curious to see what it actually is though when the update does release, but until then we just have to speculate. I will say though that there are some discrepancies with every theory. For example, with my Wade hypothesis, there is no water sound heard, and it's believed Wade would be an aquatic entity. Anyways, with all of that being said, let me know in the comments what you think is going on in this teaser, as well as what you believe is killing the player. And thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.